Hello, I thought I'd just do a review on this comic book series, Strontium Dog. I'll just run through all the covers first, and yeah, I'll talk about the series afterwards. There's a few mistakes which you'll see. Well, with two of the books, they're duplicates of each other, except they're differently numbered. There's another pair that's like that, and the stories are all printed arse backwards. Anyway, these are the US versions. There's a UK version, which is slightly better because one of the doubled up covers is being corrected. There's a different illustration, which is really good. But anyway, we'll get to that. I'll just run through all this first, and then I'll just describe what the series is about. I really like this cover. It's one of my favorites. This is another good one too. A lot of them are pretty doggy looking, but you can get the occasional decent one here and there. Right, they're kind of dated, but at the time I thought they were pretty cool. Now, this is one of the double ups you'll see. The UK version's got a different cover of number 13. Here's 15, as you'll see. Same book. It's all same on the inside as well. They really fucked it up. That's a nice cover too. Same with this one. They're fighting trolls in Norway with Vikings. Oh, yeah. This is another action-packed cover. Vietnam vets come into the timeline in the story in ancient Norway. Another good one. It's pretty cool too. I like this one. Johnny Alpha finally has his first kiss. This one's pretty foreboding looking. I like that. I like this one too. I thought this one was a bit daft. Like, it would actually get into that position just to fucking shoot someone, you know? It's a good illustration, but yeah. This one's nice as well. We're nearly at the end, and I'll start talking about them. That one's nice. So, last book, final issue, 29. Excuse me. So yeah, there we go. Uh, yeah, I bought this series off eBay a couple of weeks ago. I had half of the series before, like collected them growing up as a kid. Strontium Dog is one of my favorite series. It's a. I'll explain the story. There's a nuclear war that happens in the UK in 2150. I don't know if it was worldwide, but the story's based in Britain anyway. So there's nuclear fallout, and the aftermath is all the children now born around that time are born as mutants, and then they become like the underclass, like the norms, the normies don't want them. So uh, there's Britain kind of turns into like a Nazi Germany, and they want to get rid of all the mutants and wipe them out. The main character, Johnny Alpha, he's a mutant bounty hunter, a search and destroy agent, or they're known as Strontium Dogs after the radiation fallout of Strontium 90. So yeah, it's basically a space western. I reckon the Mandalorian was a rip-off of Strontium Dog. I heard they're going to make a Strontium Dog movie that's been in the pipeline for a while. Same with another 2000 AD character called Rogue Trooper that was supposed to be coming out, but that was, or last I heard about that was like 2019. Current year now this is being filmed 2025. So anyway, these books. Well, originally Strontium Dog was printed in 2000 AD weekly, which is a black and white publication, but for the American audiences, they reprinted them in other 2000 AD characters in full color. And at the time, some of it's a little bit dated, but it still holds up. But I really enjoyed the series as a kid. I thought there's like really nothing like it. I just thought he's just a really appealing looking character, like just his design, what he's about. Like Johnny Alpha. He's like this hard, dumb by mutant. It's by the same creators of Judge Dredd, but like Dredd's like this hardened lawman, whereas Johnny Alpha had a bit more heart because he's like kicked around his entire life. So yeah, it's there's some really interesting storylines involving time travel. Like in one storyline called the Schicklgruber grabbed him and his Viking human bounty hunter partner. They got to go back in time and capture Hitler and bring him in front of a war tribunal, which I thought was really interesting. Some of the older stories were kind of dated. They're a little bit goofy, but overall they're pretty cool. Like this, is rather violent. A lot of it was fairly brutal. The later parts in the series is more modernized for today's market. But Carlos Esquera, he passed away a few years ago. But the series is still going on and off here and there. There's some he had some Strontium Dog, there's some crossover with Judge Dredd. Like this is the second crossover they've done with Judge Dredd. But yeah, I highly recommend the series. You can read all this online for free. This isn't the entire series though. This is only a few story arcs, so it's quite a lengthy series. It started, I think, mid to late 70s, same time. Well, Judge Dredd came first, and Strontium Dog came a bit after. But he's a cult favorite. Yeah. Yeah. Did I mention that? Mandalorian, I believe, was a rip-off of Strontium Dog. But anywho, it's pretty much it. I bought this series in total for $100. I originally owned like half of it, and then I just ended up putting in a book collection box up the road. I don't like keeping doubles, but now I've got the original series. Even it's the US series, and yeah, it's all over the place. But I know I'm just happy to finally own it in its entirety. Well, yeah, the coloured versions anyway. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, check it out if you think it might interest you. Okay, bye.